Welcome back to ABC 7 at 4. I'm Nicole Gomez, and believe it or not, we are almost halfway through the year. So how are your finances doing? Well, today we are joined by investment advisor Brian Myro. And Brian, we are midway through 2024, so walk us through a mid-year checkpoint on our finances. What could that look like?
Well, glad to be here today, Nicole. You know, the beginning and the middle of the year are great times to review your financial plan and your investments. Now, here's some tips for you. First thing, you want to make sure that you're staying within your budget, especially as summer activities start to ramp up. Now, the middle of the year is a good time to review your portfolio and make any necessary adjustments, especially after bouts of market volatility. Now, late spring and summer are good times to look at taxes because it's between tax season and fall and events like back to school, open enrollment, charitable giving, required minimum distributions, and all that. You know, it's a good time to get ahead of financial events that come up later on in the year. And you want to identify assets and set your financial goals. You want to be clear about your purpose of each asset and how it's going to be used. And you also want to look at your risk levels and your tolerance, and it should also be evaluated periodically because your tolerance for risk can change over the years. Just overall, it helps to review your plan and make sure everything still aligns with what you're trying to accomplish.
Well, Brian, I know that your firm works in retirement planning for people who are planning to retire this year. What might they want to keep in mind before moving money out of their retirement accounts?
Well, Nicole, there's a lot to consider here, but I'll give you a few key items you want to keep in mind if you're nearing retirement. First of all, you want to pay attention to market conditions. You don't want to start withdrawing money if the market's down, as that's going to absolutely lock in your losses. And you also want to make sure that you're diversified in it and your investments are not too much at risk when you're entering retirement. Now, Social Security timing is also critical. The age at which you start taking Social Security can significantly impact your retirement income. And by delaying Social Security benefits, that can increase your monthly benefit amount. And you want to consider how your income withdrawal strategy interacts with your Social Security benefits. And especially, we want to look at tax implications and income planning. You know, withdrawals from retirement accounts like traditional IRAs and 401ks, you know, they're generally subject to income tax. And it's important to understand the tax implications of your withdrawals. You know, as large withdrawals can push you into a higher tax bracket and possibly increase the cost of your Medicare. And you want to make sure that you have an income plan in place and that you're taking advantage of tax saving strategies.
You mentioned taxes. So what's the difference between getting your taxes prepared every year and looking for opportunities to save on taxes in the future through tax planning?
Well, Nicole, tax preparation is short term. You know, preparing your tax return focuses on the previous year. Now, tax planning is long term. That means planning and strategizing for the long term to pay less in taxes. We call this forward-thinking tax planning. And there's many opportunities in our tax code that exist today. You know, an example of this, you might want to look at Roth conversion strategies. You know, these can reduce the forced distributions or the required minimum distributions from your retirement accounts like your traditional IRAs, your 401ks, and all the other Section 400 retirement plans. And when these distributions are forced to come out, they come out as ordinary income and they're completely taxable. Now, each situation is completely different, and it's important to have a forward-thinking tax strategy in retirement.
Well, anything else regarding taxes and finances you'd like to mention as we near the middle of the year?
Well, Nicole, you got to have a game plan for your investments and a game plan for your retirement. This is a great time of the year to review your financial plan. And, you know, today we're offering a free in-depth tax analysis and a free retirement analysis for all of our viewers. Now, in the tax analysis, we identify opportunities to become efficient against taxes in the future and possibly save you thousands of dollars a year. And in the retirement analyzer, we can answer the question of, do you have enough? Do you have enough to consider retiring? And we're also offering today, Nicole, a free complimentary copy of my book titled Smart Money for the Backside of Life. And in this book, I discuss many different aspects of retirement that folks deal with on the backside of life.
Well, you can text RETIRE to 915-233-2904 for your free analysis, and you can set a visit to receive a copy of Brian's new book. Brian, thank you as always.
Nicole, thanks for having me.